Welcome to this riveting journey through history as we explore the top 10 deadliest hurricanes that have ever hit the United States. These storms have not only tested the strength and resilience of our people but also left an indelible mark on our nation's story. From the Great Galveston Hurricane to the devastation of Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico, join us as we recount these chilling tales of nature's wrath. Stay tuned to understand more about these weather phenomena and their far-reaching impacts. 1. The Last Island Catastrophe. When pleasure turned deadly, imagine spending a vacation at a luxurious resort on Last Island, Louisiana, in 1856, only to witness a hurricane turn paradise into ruin. This hurricane, now a deadly legend, killed 400 unsuspecting vacationers and local residents. The storm, with waves swallowing the island under 5 feet of furious water, washed away any trace of civilization. The island was left bare, resembling a war zone rather than a tropical getaway. This catastrophic event not only split the island in half but also stands as an eerie forewarning of how swiftly a tranquil day can morph into a race for survival. 2. Labor Day's violent tempest that scarred the 1930s. The 1935 Labor Day hurricane holds a grim title as the most intense storm to ever strike the U.S. landmass. With winds that shredded through Florida's Keys, it claimed a haunting toll of 408 lives, predominantly veterans of the World War I era. Picture a scene straight out of an apocalyptic movie as the storm swept away camps, leaving behind nothing but scattered memories and heartache. In its wake, it left $6 million in damages, a mammoth sum for that time, as a chilling reminder of its wrath. This hurricane reshaped meteorological history and carved an indelible scar on American memory. 3. The ruthless fury of Hurricane Audrey. In 1957, Hurricane Audrey hurled itself at Louisiana and Texas, not as a guest, but as a destroyer. The storm's surge, like a vengeful beast, reached heights of 12 feet, cascading down on unsuspecting communities and dragging 416 souls into oblivion. Audrey was a heralding of climatic nightmares, causing $150 million in damages and leaving an indelible imprint on every palm-fronded bow it battered. For those who survived and rose from the debris, the name Audrey became synonymous with fear and apprehension. 4. The Unseen Enemy. Georgia and South Carolina's forgotten storm. August 1881 saw a storm without a name unleash its fury on Georgia and South Carolina. This unexpected and unnamed behemoth took 700 lives, striking without warning at high tide, a cruel twist of fate. Imagine the terror as the sky darkened unexpectedly and waves rapidly transformed from whispering whispers to roaring giants. The simplicity of the era was shattered, and in its place, a memory of devastation was imprinted on the souls left behind. 5. The tragedy of the Sea Islands Hurricane. The Sea Islands Hurricane of 1893, with its towering 16-foot surges and winds that howled at 121 miles per hour, smashed into Savannah, Georgia, without mercy. Leaving 2,000 dead and 30,000 homeless, its slashing rains and tearing winds did not discriminate as homes were reduced to rubble. The price was steep, particularly when the currency was human life. This terrifying force of nature was one of a trio of deadly storms that struck that year, reminding us of nature's triple threat of chaos. 6. The Cheniere Caminada. A fishing community obliterated. Picture life in a tranquil fishing village on Louisiana's coast, transformed tragically in 1893 by the Great October Storm. Homes disintegrated, and livelihoods were ripped from their moorings as a Category 4 monster ravaged the Cheniere Caminada community. With 2,000 lives lost, entire families were obliterated, towns disappeared, and communities vanished, swallowed up by roiling, inescapable waves. The destruction was not just physical but emotional, a storm whose memory persists beyond time. 7. Remembering Hurricane Katrina's inescapable wrath. August 2005 heralded the arrival of Hurricane Katrina, a gargantuan storm that made headlines worldwide. Katrina's floods swept across the Gulf Coast, snatching away 1,200 lives and turning New Orleans into a watery grave. The breach of levees led to catastrophic flooding, engulfing the city and illustrating the devastating power of water over human design. Consequences of inadequately prepared defenses amplified tragic losses. 8. The devastation of the 1928 Okeechobee hurricane. In 1928, chaos fell from the sky upon the shores of Puerto Rico and Florida. The Okeechobee hurricane drowned over 2,500 souls, sculpting many into survivors yet to forget the terror. Lake Okeechobee overspilled, pouring its depths across the landscape, dragging houses, and lives with it. The great whirling force laid waste to Florida's inland homes, illustrating the ever-present threat lurking behind calm waters. 9. Hurricane Maria. Puerto Rico's heartbreaking struggle. Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico in 2017 with a devastation rarely seen before. Official death tolls, initially claiming 64, were dwarfed by a later estimate of 2,975, revealing the true horror far removed from immediate aftermath statistics. Maria was more than a storm. It was a central point of discussion about governmental responsiveness, showing how ignoring warnings can elevate the cost exponentially in lives and resources. 10. The catastrophic legacy of the Great Galveston Hurricane. The year 1900 marked a fateful era for Galveston, Texas, staged by the Great Galveston Hurricane, the largest natural catastrophe in U.S. history. Between 8,000 and 12,000 people vanished beneath crushing waves and gale-force winds. Galveston, once a booming port, was reduced to ruins and despair. This epochal storm taught the dire consequences of disregarding warning signs and showcased the overwhelming power and unpredictability of nature's ferocious child, the hurricane. These 10 historic hurricanes laid bare the vulnerability of our cities and livelihoods in the face of nature's fury. With climate change continuously altering our atmospheric stability, the lessons they impart about preparedness and resilience are more urgent and vital than ever. As you absorb these stories, remember, while science and technology have evolved, the enduring power of nature reminds us to stay vigilant.